Okay, now we're going to get into smudging with a charcoal tab and the resin. And you can have different containers for this. This is a very simple one that I came up. It's Speckstein in German. I don't know what that is in English. It's stone. And this is actually to grind your herbs with. So I'll just use this because it's really solid and it doesn't get that hot because it's stone. But you could also use a flower pot if you put a lot of sand in it. So the first step is whatever thing you use. This, you can see how much I've smudged in my life. This is all the resin that stuck to the lid. I tried to clean this, but this is as best as I could clean it. The first thing is you put sand into your bowl. This container you can actually carry around like this. This is what they use in church. And you can put the lid on. And then you go around like this. And you bless your rooms like that. Which makes it a little bit easier to disperse the smoke again. But you don't have to get this if you don't want to. I find it pretty convenient. If you do it a lot, I would say get one of these, but maybe just start with something like that, or this bowl that I got from a clay artist from a pottery place. It's just a simple bowl. I think it cost me maybe $5 or $10. And then, you know, you put sand in this. So whatever works for you. Okay, then you have your charcoal tap, which comes in they usually come in a long aluminum tube, and you have like 10 or so in there. To light your charcoal, you have to use a match or lighter, or what works even better is if you have a gas stove. Use that, which I do have, but if I use it, you won't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to light this charcoal. You can hold it in your hands, but it's a little dangerous. I don't recommend that you do. So having a pair of pliers like this is very helpful. If you don't have it, use your fingers, but if you notice these sparks coming close to your fingers, it's time to set it down. I will hold this a little bit longer so the sparks can go all the way through, because that's important. Sometimes if you have charcoal that is of lower quality, then it will not spark all the way through, and it's hard to get your charcoal to burn and to light up, because we want the charcoal to turn gray. You can see where it's already turning gray on the side here. So we want to wait until, so now it's sparked all the way through. We want to wait until it's completely gray. So we'll pause the video. Okay, now you can see that the charcoal has turned gray for the most part. And I'm going to start now because otherwise it will not be enough time. Then I have different options here, what I can use to put on my charcoal. One thing I wanted to mention was that you can also, this is an older smudged stick of mine, you can also put sage leaves on here and burn them. Or this is resin that I found in Houston, Texas, in the woods where I used to live. And it's from some kind of pine tree, and it's sap. It was bleeding and it produced a lot of sap, so I got like this much, and it has a wonderful smell to it. It's almost like amber. So this is also what I use for smudging. Now you can see these leaves, they will burn really fast, so I will take them off, otherwise I will just have a burn smell in here. And then what you can do so it doesn't create so much burnt smell is, before you put your resin on the charcoal, is you add salt to it. because that way it will not burn as hot and will not start to smoke, because that's always the problem, is you put some resin on there and then it burns nicely for a minute or two, and after that it just smells like it just has this burn smell to it. So I'm gonna start with this. This is my favorite frankincense. It's called frankincense. It's called athos. It's a Greek composition. Also got rose oil in it, but it's a different rose smell than my other rose frankincense. This just smells a lot better to me than just a regular frankincense smell that I know from church. So I'm just gonna put both on here, and it's already starts to smell. This is all still from my meditation shop in Germany that I used to have. I used to sell all this, and these are all leftovers, so you can only get this as wholesale from this brand, but I'm sure I've posted a link where you can find something similar. There's all kinds of stuff out there. You can get a sampler package, see what you like best. So you see this is slowly burning now, and then what you do is you walk around with this, and this is actually what the feather comes in handy for, because this will not drop ashes. So I'm going to use my hand again because I couldn't find my feather in storage. So you know, you walk around again in your rooms. You can start at the entrance, bless your entrance, bless the floor mat. That's where I would start, is bless the floor mat where everybody you know, rubs off their feet, because that's also, it's not just the physical dirt that you rub off, but it's also our feet also carry a lot of energy, and that's where we release a lot of our energy. That's why it's so good to walk barefooted across the field. That's another topic. But this is where everybody, you know, leaves their stuff on the floor mat. So I would start blessing the floor mat, and then you go around your whole entrance door. Just like inwardly connect. See where the smoke wants to go, what corners, what areas, and you guide it there. And then for me, I stay connected to my heart and the resin or the smoke, and I have this inner attitude of wanting to bless with my love, with my intention, my holy space. And so I will also follow my guidance as to what rooms need the blessing first, but you can just walk around clockwise. So you start on the left, and then you slowly, you know, go over to the right with the other rooms. And in the end, you just want to bless the whole house. You want to bless the center of the house. Just bring it all back together. That's how I would do it. So now it's already starting to smell again, burnt a little bit. After a certain point, I usually just set this outside, and so that the burnt smell is not in the house but outside. Something else that you can burn is this copal. Copal, it's a lot, I don't know, it has a different structure. It's not as compact as the frankincense. It's lighter. It just has a different, more citrusy or balsamic in its fragrance. All the healing properties you can find in the descriptions. I'm not going to repeat this right now, but this is something else that you can burn. I'm also going to add a little bit of this resin that I found from the tree. So you'll see, this just smells like pine. Also very nice. You just see how that burns and how that works. So I'll always scrape off what I've already burned and then add the new stuff, because otherwise I just have the burnt smell in my home. And this This also both smells really good. This is, I would say, this is something if somebody is, the copa, if somebody is sick, this is really, really good resin to use in the house. Just do a blessing, because you can smell, I can tell it, that's what it's used for. And again, if you have something like this, you don't need the feather with this though. This is getting a little bit smoky here. So you would essentially also start in your front entrance. I have trouble talking here with all the smoke. And you bless your entrance, and then you walk around in your homes. And you do keep your windows closed until you're done smoking. Once you're done smoking, you open up all the windows and air it out, because you do want to get it saturated with smoke pretty good. And then you open up all your windows. Oh, and then one last thing. Once you're done, I'm going to have to remove this because it's getting into my throat and I can't talk. So once you're done smoking or meditating or whatever you're doing, you're going to close your altar again from left to right, and you say, I'm closing the gates of light. And then you blow out your candles, or you can put them out with a special device that I do not use. And that's it.